Welcome to today's episode of Judd Spec. Okay, so special edition of Judd Spec coming up, bike edition. So had to take the bike somewhat apart to get to this bad boy. This is called a, the fuck's it called? Not a resistor, not a reflector, not a refractor, rectifier, a rectifier. This turns things from AC to DC so that all the electrics on the bike can operate correctly. Don't ask me too much more about it. Basically, I think this thing's overheated and the inside have become fried. We ran a continuity test on these pins and there was getting nothing, so hopefully that's the problem. So that is in the post now, and I thought while the bike's apart, going to change the colour of it, which I've already started once. As you can see, it's this nice blue colour, but looking up close, you can see all this stuff is starting to come off. So step one, pull all this shit off. Step two, sand all the panels. Step three, pull the fuel tank off without getting fuel everywhere and setting the house on fire, hopefully. Step four, which hopefully I can get to tonight at least with the panels, is put 3 coats of primer on the bad boy. And then tomorrow being Sunday, step 5, sand and blah blah blah. Add the white colour, see how it turns out. Another thing I might do while I'm at this, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, I'm just tossing it up at the moment. Might try and reupholster this thing. From what I can see, it's just stapled in at the bottom, just one piece of leather. So I'll basically pull that off, cut it, trace around the new piece of leather and see how it goes. I'll keep that original strap because that's nice and strong. That's what you hold on to if I have a pillion passenger. But these tears, even though they're very small, make the bike look a bit shitty. Alright, so bit of Judd mechanics. I've finished getting all of the fairings off the bike. She's pretty much naked. All the fairings are there. Just got to strip all this vinyl off it. As you saw, tipped all the fuel straight into that red bucket. It is in the red bucket with no lid underneath that thing. So, hopefully nothing happens. I've got everything laid out and I'm ready to start pulling vinyl off the fairings. There are all the fairings off the bike. I'm just going to go one by one, put them back how they are. In my opinion, the tank is the most important part of any paint job on a bike. It's right there when you're looking at it, it's there when you're sitting on it, and it's also probably the most prone to getting scratched up. As you can see here, key marks, even just there. I did that just now, which wasn't very smart, but I'm not very smart, so. It's 1 coat of primer. Not going to film the whole lot, but I will show you the difference between 1 and 4 coats. Okay, so she's 10 o'clock at night, and I think I've done pretty good. Ended up getting 3 coats on everything except for the tank. The tank got 4. Like I said before, I think the tank's the most important part. Without any white paint on there whatsoever, you can no longer see any black, which is awesome. That's it for Saturday. Next day, right now. Alright, so here we are, day 2, about to do all the sanding. I've applied a coat of black dust on them just so I can see where I've sanded, where I haven't. It's called a guide coat. Usually on cars it's to see the highs and the lows, but for me it's just to have a rough idea of what I have sanded and what I haven't. I've done 1 so far. Sort of left a bit of black stuff behind, but just feeling it. You can feel that it's super smooth now. Got to go easy because I'm going back straight through the primer, which I don't want to do. But about to do all of these and then let it dry for a few hours and I can start painting it. Let's do it. Okay, so after fighting with the fucking staple gun, as you can see, lots of casualties, actually came out alright. I couldn't avoid getting these folds here, but bit of terry fold flaps, never hurt nobody, but I think that came out alright for a bit of Judd mechanics. Just about to do our first few coats of white on these bad boys. These have all been sanded and hosed and they're nice and dry now. This has been degreased and brake cleaned and she's clean as a whistle. These have been brake cleaned. Going to spray paint all those bad boys black and pass you over to my main man, Benny. A little bit too far over the nozzle. You've got some drizzle. I've got some drizzle out of my nozzle. Sand, next coat. It's the next day, got the petrol cap in, a little sneak preview of how the colour scheme is going to look. She's looking pretty bloody good, mate. Just got to sand that overspray there, should come off sweet. Alright, so what are we doing, Nemo? We're applying some sort of green goo.
Cutting compound.
Yep.
With our buffing pad.
Yep.
We've given it a 2000.
Yep.
It's all nice and flat, hopefully. And we're just buffing it.
Yeah, we've already buffed some other panels over here. I reckon this is probably the most sexual one to have a look at. Oh, that's got the polish sitting on there, eh? What about the
Yeah, the tank's good.
the nose?
Yeah.
The schnoz. Ah, my eyes. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, focus. There we go.
What's going on here?
So I used my old infield produce rag to give her a bit of a wipo.
Geez, the bike looks
It's
pretty
blinding.
good. How good's the bike?
Come stand here.
How
And
good's the
just
bike
look right
looking?
there. It's actually blinding.
Ooh,
It actually hurts to look at.
shiny.